Hey, happy Monday to you. It is Monday, March the 12th, 2018. I hope everybody's having a good Monday, Manic Monday. If you're manic, I'm sorry that you are, but I hope supposedly that you're not. Hopefully, you could turn your Manic Monday into a fun Monday. And don't get the Mondays, like Office Space says. They must have the Mondays. Don't be like that, grumpy and weird. Let's get to today's top stories. All right. Of course, this is real news stories. Nothing to do with Harbor Square, because I know Janine, the landlord over here, she's listening. She likes to listen to everything. And I know some of the mobsters here, the gossipers, they're listening too, to compare their notes and stuff. But anyway, let's get into the news. Top stories. Uh, Today, they are talking about in the news pressuring, now this pressure is coming from the White House, to incorporate drones to deliver packages, such as manufacturers like Amazon. Who would have known? Of course, they're going to deliver packages, by via drone. And like I said, they want to try to get this going sometime this year, 2018, not next year, but this year that we're in currently. So be expecting more drones in the air. You'll start seeing them, and they're going to be delivering your packages. So the question I have with drones is that a lot of drones could be overwritten with with malware and be intercepted and can upload directions by stream, meaning through download through transmission. So what I'm wondering is, have they found a way on how to block hackers from intersecting them and overtaking them and having to deliver to an alternate site to steal people's packages? Could they actually have a drone crash into a car and blow up, or into a person and seriously injure them, possibly kill them? Uh, can they maneuver around people like in breezeways, such as in our place at Harbor Square? We got breezeways. When a drone delivers a package, or is it going to know to go around people, or wait until people are out of the breezeway before it flies in to drop a package off in front of an apartment door, such as where we live, the way they are around here? I don't know. So these are questions, but these are valid questions that I wonder. And are we going to start seeing more drone fatalities? Where they get hit by, because these drones are like 25, 30, 50 pounds. I mean, these aren't little toys that are up there flying around. These are big commercialized drones, which weigh about 50 pounds or more. So these things, if they hit you, you're going to know it. And they're going to cause a lot of damage to you or to your car or to whatever they hit. So like I'm saying, because they're traveling at 25 miles an hour or more. So what I'm saying is they hit, it's great to get a package and all. It sounds wonderful, the idea. Seeing something fly and drop down, it sounds like spaceships kind of. But the thing is, what I'm wondering is that there's so many things that go wrong with these damn things every day. With them all flying around, all these frequencies flying around through the air. I mean, could they, I could see hackers, and a lot of thieves stealing people's packages before they even get to the delivery destination, because they get alternate to another place and they can steal the person's packages. So I still think a human person is better than a drone, don't you? And it's a lot safer. Because, I mean, let's just happen you're walking in a breezeway, like we got breezeways out here at Harbor Square, right? You're walking in the hallway, and there's this big 50-pound drone coming in with all these blades flying around, and it, runs into you and cuts off your hair. Or maybe runs into you and maybe cuts your head off. It could happen because those blades are that powerful. So, I'm like wondering, I'm sure they have all the safety stuff in place, but you hear about all kinds of stuff happening with drones all the time. So, these are the things I wonder, and these are the things that everybody else should be wondering about. Because, yeah, it sounds neat, and sexy in a way. That drone come back and bring my TiVo box to me, or bring my computer to me, and just dropped it right off, right here in front of my door. It's great. Nobody here. Well, I wonder if that thing malfunctions. So I think lawyers and all are going to have a field day with this one. And, I think the people that work for HUD, their lawyers, are probably going to get out of HUD and probably be representing the drone people, probably. Because they'll make a lot more money on it. So I just give you an idea there. But anyway, like I'm telling you, because that's really something really to go after. But like I'm saying, it's like, and there's a lot of money in it, lucratively, really. Professionally speaking. But, like I'm saying, it's just, lots of different things that are going on here. And you wonder about these drones. I mean, are they going to start hitting elderly people and running into cars? I mean, the buildings. These are questions I've always had, because you see so many things that they do that malfunction. I see them blow up. So They can be overwritten with firmware just by transmission, just like a control directive. They can be overwritten. The commands can be wiped and through the air and be overwritten in real time. So that's what I wonder. And I work with computers all the time, so that's the questions I have. They're valid ones, and they assure. They keep saying they assure, like a lot of things they assure. Like they said, there wouldn't be any oil spills, right? Remember, and there was a huge oil spill that happened in the Gulf. We know a company that's vowed that there wouldn't be any more oil spills, and then in the early 2000s there was a humongous oil spill, about one of the biggest spills in the world. That was bigger than the one that happened at Chernobyl. That was before that. We know who that company was. We won't say their name, but you know who I'm talking about. Kind of costed the whole Gulf fishing industry practically. And still they're having a lot of problems, and it's not the same like it was before that happened. It's nothing like it was before it happened, if you tell the truth, because a lot of fishermen say that. So that's what I'm saying about these drones. Are we really certain that they're safe? And two, are they not going to run into people and kill people when they're walking because they're in the way? Are they going to maneuver and get out of the way? Or are they going to just run into people? Are they run into cars? Are they going to run into buildings? So it's just something to think about, folks. But anyway, it makes you wonder. Wonder, ooh. Better watch out for those drones. That's what I'm telling you. I wonder, ooh. Better watch out for those drones. Coming to a door near you, folks, 2018. Other stories, though, got something to tell you, though. It's really true. So, next story, they did rescue an avalancher in the hills. I think, did we say that already? I don't know. I was thinking about it before I got on the air. Maybe I said it to myself and went through the thing before we actually do it now, live, before we did it live. That's where I said it. I'll say it now. So they rescued an avalancher, and the way they found him is because they saw his head peeking out through the snow. Plus, he had a transmitter on him, thank God. When it's GPS, they a lot of them, they ask you to get one of these beacon things, and his was working. That's how they found him, too. So he's alive and well and doing okay. He's recovering in a hospital. Just make sure he's okay. But he's alive and he's all right. And the next story, I wonder, how would you feel if you were artificially targeted by your neighbors? Where they target you the whole time you were living in a place. Now, they say there's no clicks, right? You heard it from the management, like you've seen in the videos, right? They said there's no clicks, right? But how come these people would target me for my business? How come these people were targeting me and saying I was a sex predator when I wasn't? And a pedophile. And they still were saying that the whole time while all this other stuff was going on. From the beginning I got here, that was coming from the Barbara Poe mouth, because that's what she said out in the breezeway many times. And then there's all this targeting with the collusion with Tricia and Danny and Tyler and Danny Dum Dum. And they all came together, and they all kind of got on their happy clique little thing. And of course, there are other people in that clique too, in addition, because that is a clique. But anyway, all these people came together, and they formed this alliance, that are in this clique. There's probably about 6 cats, really, all together, really. We mentioned 6 or 7 of them. We've already mentioned them in previous videos. So, like I said, these are the clickers that are in that clique. And these are the people that were doing this assault on me since I've been here. So my joy, my sanctity has been robbed from me, And then they're saying stuff that I'm knocking on windows, hacking into Wi-Fi's. Barbara used that word when the police were here. If you heard the tape that was released Saturday, it's actually on here. You can watch that. You can listen to it. It's not a video, but it is an audio tape. She actually says it to the police, the word hacking. Now, I asked Barbara, does she know what a Wi-Fi is? Does she even know how it works? Because it don't sound like it. Because you listen to the way she talks, and she has no idea what she's saying. She's just talking a lot of fanciful nonsense. But, that's the kind of people we got over here that are in this clique. That's what they do. They lie a lot. They like to sound like they're important when really they're not. So, like I said, it's just the branding, how they look. Patricia does that too. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's the only thing she's good at, that, belly roll. But the thing is the laughing there. But, but that's, what she does. the same thing, likes to run her mouth and do things and say juicy things. And I think they all sound the same because they all work together in collusion. So that's why they all talk a lot of the same points. That's what I told the landlord a while back, but she just don't get it. She seems to side with them. So every time I go on in there talking to her, it's always one-sided. All for them. And like I said, there's violations that Barbara Poe had just magically disappeared like Lucky Charms. I don't know where they went. Because I was talking with other neighbors in here, and they saw violations on her door when you got a few of them, and they saw them on hers too, and they're just gone. I don't know where they went. Where they go, I don't know. But she had them on there, and she was yelling and screaming and cussing and carrying on, and pitching up a big fist, fight, in there yelling, slamming doors, all that stuff. And I wasn't even doing that. I was upset, but I didn't do that. But she was doing all that, so where did those go? She put on a real show. So where do they all go? And now she's acting like this good model tenant. She's been doing this for like the last 3.5 weeks. But, like I said, this is all part of the sting, Operation Scam. It's an act. And like I said, when somebody else moves in here, she's going to target them or target someone else on the property. So be on the lookout for that, because that's the kind of person she is. She's always been like that all her life. I think it goes all the way back, it stems back to her childhood. Because usually there's a problem in the childhood. That's what causes, a lot of times that's why people behave the way they do. And why they seek out prey like a victim. And they become the victim, really, and they prey on them. They exploit them. And they say things and spread things all around. That's what she did to me. And same with Patricia. She's like, well, I can copy your stuff, acting all nice and all, but I didn't give her anything to copy because I know I wouldn't get it back. I mean, Susan, the girl that used to be here, she had to call the police on, just to give you an idea how wrapped and all together Patricia Tyler is, But, Tricia would not give her papers back. She had some important papers that Patricia was claiming she had for a case. And the police had to come out here. Hanover Finest came out here, and they ordered her to give the papers up. Because Patricia would never give them to her, because she always would have some kind of runaround Mills excuse. So it just got to the point where Susan had to call the police and have them actually take them out of there. But this is the kind of person who's over there talking to the landlord, Janine, and, and Barbara, these are the kind of people you got over here. And they're not really wrapped together or put together all well, really, mentally. And it's stable, and, they're codependent people, and that's why they're doing a lot of things they're doing, because that's how they function. But, and this is all part of that act, like I'm talking about, the peaceful, the model tenant that Barbara's trying to portray. And it's like other neighbors in this building comment to me about that yesterday. How she's acting all quiet and all of a sudden, it's all quiet. She's this perfect model person. And, it was never nothing like that. Slamming doors, she was like, slamming doors just like Danny was when he was here. She was doing all that even before Danny came here. So, and then after, she was doing that up until about 3 weeks ago. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Exactly. And what is going on here? That laugh, because it just kind of goes there. It's a good sound bite. But really, wonder what's going on there. It's kind of weird how that's happening. But anyway, because other neighbors here, if you ask them, like Miriam Tate, for example, and you ask Mr. Thomas, all the banging and all, the furniture moving late at night, a lot of times going on, and you ask him about the arguments they used to get into before I moved in here, and you ask Kathy Tucker about all this stuff, all the noise, the door slamming and things, they all have something different to say about that. But, it's kind of neat how she's being so quiet. Patricia roll there. But like I said, that's what I'm saying. The laugh is on her, really. On both of them, really. But that's the stuff here at Harbor Square. But, like I say, also, I was also informed by the rumor gallery and also other sources around here who live here. They said there were, one time, there is clicks here as a proof, because there were clicks here in the past, just like evidently there is one that I exposed now. There was a click in buildings 5 and 6 at one time. There was a click there. And in buildings 3 and 2, they had a click going on in the past. So don't say there were never clicks here. And don't say there aren't any clicks here, Janine, because there are. Like I said, Barbara Poe and Patricia Tyler and Danny and these other cats that I named in the other video are part of that one same click. And like I said, they all were targeting me and all attacking me any way they could. any way they can, and that's their goal because they don't like me, and that's really the rudimentary cause for all this conflict. And and I seen all those demerits that she got, all disappear out of her folder because I know she got at least 5 or 6 of them the time I've been here. So where they went, I don't know. But she had them, so I don't know where they went. So I don't know what deal was made or what Barbara did or what happened there for that to disappear. But they're all magically gone. But anyway, but now she's doing this kind of model, Mormon kind of nun kind of activity, acting like she's a model tenant. Yeah, model my ass. All right, but anyway, but like I said, the truth will come out, and it's going to be exposed. Like I said, she will attack someone else because this is kind of like what she does, provocation, what she really does all the time. So just wait, and you'll see what I'm talking about, folks. All right, this is Michael from Love FM and Silva's Media in the news for Monday. Take care.